Hello and welcome to the first ever episode of the Steele Reel. I'm Pierce Steele Jensen. Thanks for being here. On tonight's episode, we cover Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. Who's the better quarterback on the field? But before that, a presidential shout out to Joseph R. Biden as he's showering us with money while at the same time sharply cutting poverty in a defining move of his presidency, per the Washington Post. This, of course, in regard to his signing of the stimulus bill last week. Because we all know how much $1,400 gets us these days. You can pay a few bills, treat the kids to Domino's, and lease out your first Kia. Hey, 100 years ago, $1,400 was worth about $19,000. So if you look at it that way, maybe we can double think that thought until it's true. For those of you that do know me, you'd know I view tonight's topic with a biased lens. That's why we're bringing on sport correspondent Jim Dersch. But before Jim takes the stage, let's get to know these quarterbacks a little bit better. Aaron Rodgers is a California kid who found his way to Butte Community College out of high school after not being recruited by any Division I schools. After being discovered by Coach Tedford at Cal Berkeley, Aaron took advantage and was drafted in the first round by the Green Bay Packers in 2005, 24th overall. Aaron Rodgers spent the first 3 years on the bench backing up Packers legend Brett Favre. But in 2008, after a dramatic summer, he became the head man in Green Bay. A few years later, he won a Super Bowl, was the MVP of that Super Bowl. He's a 3-time NFL MVP, a 9-time Pro Bowl selection, and a 3-time first-team All-Pro.
Aaron Rodgers.
This is Tom Brady. Take it away, Jim.
The Steele Reel presents Jim Dersch, sport expert.
Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady? You're starting a new team. You ain't got nobody on the roster. Who you picking? Let's break it down. Before we digest all these stats, keep in mind that Tom Brady, being the geezer he is, has started in 299 career games, while Aaron Rodgers has started 190. That's 109 less games. Aaron Rodgers has 412 career touchdown passes to just 89 interceptions, good for a 4.63 touchdown to interception ratio. Bonkers. Tom Brady has 581 touchdown passes to 191 interceptions, good for a 3.04 touchdown to interception ratio. Pretty good, not as good. Aaron Rodgers has 51,245 yards through the air. Big numbers on completions and attempts, good for a 65.05 completion percentage. Not bad, my dude. Tom Brady has 79,204 yards through the air. Big numbers on completions and attempts for 63.96 completion percentage. Not bad. Again, not as good. Finally, Aaron Rodgers has a 103.9 career passer rating, good for the best of all time, besides Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes, but they haven't played enough games to count. Tom Brady has a 97.3 career passer rating, pretty good, but even Kirk Cousins got that beat. Enough with the stats. We all know when you want to get somewhere in life, you need some help along the way. Let's start with the players. Randy Moss, Jordy Nelson, Wes Welker, Devontae Adams, Julian Edelman, Randall Cobb, Rob Gronkowski, James Jones, Danny Amendola, Jeff Janis. Next, we're going to talk about the defenses. The only defensive stat I care about is defensive scoring. All that matters is how many points you give up on Sunday. During his 13 years as a starter, Aaron Rodgers has only had 3 top 10 defenses. During Tom Brady's 19 years as a starter, he's had a top 10 defense 16 times. Aaron Rodgers has had a top 5 defense just 1 time in his career, and that was the year they won the Super Bowl. Tom Brady has had a top 5 defense 7 times. Now type this one into Google Translate and try to understand it. In the 20 games Aaron Rodgers has started in the postseason, Aaron Rodgers' defenses give up 26.6 points per game, while he averages 28.15 points on offense, with a point differential of plus 31. While Tom Brady's playoff defenses have given up 20.42 points per game, while his offenses average 27.17 points per game, with a point differential of 310. That's a difference of 279 points. You're telling me that if you give Aaron Rodgers 279 points at some point during his playoff runs, he doesn't win a few more Super Bowls? You gotta be kidding me. Goody, it's time to go all in on this guy. Coaches. Aaron Rodgers has spent the majority of his career with Mike McCarthy, who's now with the Dallas Cowboys. If you know anything about McCarthy, his offense was best suited for the NFL in 2012. He hates Aaron Jones, and he pumps the brakes with a 10-point lead with 8 minutes left in the third quarter. The exact opposite of that new handsome guy in town. Tom Brady, as we know, has had arguably the best coach of all time in Bill Belichick. Now let's talk about the front office. In Green Bay, for the majority of his time, Ted Thompson was running the show. He took a conservative approach to free agency, rarely dipping his feet into the pond. But when he did, he was usually successful. Beyond that, he took a build through the draft approach. Ted was a great general manager, but you could argue had he just been a little bit more aggressive in free agency or through trade, they could have got another Super Bowl together. Tom Brady's situation's a little different. Bill Belichick runs the show on the general manager side as well. You'd think that'd be unique in a way where the coach and the player could get together and make moves together. But, as we now know, Tom never got to do that with Bill, and he didn't like it, and that's why he shipped off to Tampa. So have these guys played in a head-to-head battle or what? Yeah, they have. Tom Brady's won 3 of the 4. But let's look at the numbers before you jump to conclusions. Let's talk about the postseason. Right before halftime, Aaron Rodgers is driving down the field to tack on 3 more points, but he gets intercepted on this play. But what was missing on this play was some yellow laundry, because the refs didn't call an obvious holding. And then at the end of the game, on a ball that couldn't have even been caught, they call holding on free agent Kevin King.
It came in really late, Joe.
Anyway, the Bucs ended up winning 31-26, and as you know, Tom Brady ended up going on to win his 7th ring. Here's the simple truth. While Tom Brady's one of the best pocket passers of all time, so is Aaron Rodgers. But here's the kicker. Opposing defenses look to get Tom Brady out of the pocket, because when they do, the play is virtually dead. John Daly might have quicker wheels. Which reminds me, let's look at their career rushing numbers. Remember, Tom has 109 more games to his career. On the other hand, opposing defensive coordinators go to bed at night and wake up in the morning with nightmares of Aaron Rodgers outside the pocket. When he gets outside, whether he's rolling left or right, he's gonna kill you. Just look at this throw to Jared Cook in the playoffs. And mind you, he's throwing to his left. The dude has a cannon for an arm, he can flick the wrist, and the ball goes like a laser. In fact, sometimes when he throws it, he's not even on the ground at all. And it still shoots off like Elon Musk to space. But you gotta ask yourself, can Aaron Rodgers do everything Tom Brady can do? Break down the defense, call the right audibles, make the throws when you need them, have the pocket awareness, footwork, and presence? Yes. Can Tom Brady do what Aaron Rodgers can do? Throw on the run, scramble when you need it, throw on the left and the right? No. Tom Brady even admitted it himself. In a piece from ESPN reporter Ian O'Connor, Brady said the following after being questioned what Rodgers would do in the Patriot system with Bill Belichick. He'd throw for 7,000 yards every year. He's so much more talented than me. So there you have it. That's why I take Aaron Rodgers over Tom Brady. Back to you, Pierce.